Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our very first Rogue Like Duck podcast. Guys, what is it? This is just a new thing I want to do. I just wanted to have a space where I could just freely just waffle about whatever the hell I wanted, and hopefully you guys like it. There is structure to this. This is sort of like a recap of what happened this week. Talking about what's going to happen next week, talking about our favorite Supercell games. So yeah, hopefully you guys are down in jiggy with this. This is just a nice cruisy one. Hey, if you want to throw the video off and just listen to the audio, that's basically the intention here. You're not going to miss anything. What's going to be on your screen is literally just going to be my mug. So it's definitely intended to be audio only, if you will. Now, geez, we got a lot to get through. We had a pretty big week. We've started some new things. We've started some new series. It's been pretty exciting. I definitely really enjoyed myself this week. We've tried a bunch of new formats, namely a lot of things that I've been wanting to do, but I just never got around to doing. I never really had the time to do. So it was really good for me to have that time and energy and really go, right, let's do this. Let's actually do these things we've been wanting to do. First thing, like, we did the news. Like, what's the future of Power League? I've always wanted to be able to get some news out, but it always felt like, what's the point? What's the point? Because everyone else is already covering it. This was something that I didn't think anyone else was covering, and I thought was really interesting. So that was when I saw Frank's tweets, and I wanted to be one of the first people to report on that for people that aren't following Frank on Twitter. So that was really exciting for me. We also did the my thoughts on Power League. That was before that. That was a cool one. That was just a follow-up of, like, Power League had just come out, and we'll talk about that in a second. So that was pretty cool. We did the channel update. That was just, if everyone was sort of curious about what am I going to be doing on the channel, because I said on Twitch I was going to be doing some more uploads. So that was a good one. And then the Reddit roundup, that's what I want to talk about now. Really exciting. The community members went out of their way, made this absolutely beautiful Reddit page. It's full of beautiful memes. r/roguelikeduck. I'm just humbled. I never thought we'd get to a point like this where they're making Reddits dedicated to my content. So this is beautiful, and I'm so appreciative. All the guys that spent time, I think 007 and Matt, I don't know what username he wants. He's got like 600 usernames, but Matt and 007, they took initiative here and just went absolutely crazy with it, and it's insane. So big thanks to those guys. It's insane, and it was really good. I checked today after the Reddit roundup video had been out for a bit, and we've already got new members joining, new memes being posted. It's absolutely hilarious. It's really good. Big community member, I'm an idiot. If you guys know him, if you're in the community, he's pretty big. He's a pretty big name in the community. He uploaded an 8-kill solo Carl game, getting 8 kills, right, on Carl of all characters in solo showdown. So basically wiped the whole lobby. Well, yeah, we've already got some new memes coming in, new faces joining. So if you haven't already joined and you're listening to this, definitely check it out and have a go of the Reddit page. It's pretty cool. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty spicy, and we love it. But yeah, that's exciting. That's exciting. Yeah, I can't believe that. So I'm loving that. That's blowing my mind, and it's pretty cool. Power League came out this week. What a thing, right? Kind of crazy. Power League. I think you all know where my thoughts are. I just hit Diamond 1. I'm playing solos. I love it. I've said it multiple times. This is exactly what the game needed. There were some bugs on launch, but that's already been addressed. So I'm vibing with that. My mic might be a bit too loud. Let me adjust that. So yeah, I'm in love with it. I think it's great. I think it's exactly what the game needs. I've barely done any trophy pushing. Just when I've warmed up before I jump in, I'll do like some games of Mr. P and stuff, but it's awesome. It's exactly what the game needed. So I'm so happy. I know some of you guys are having some troubles with it. You're very vocal about that, whether you're not liking solo, if you're not liking teams. Here's my thing. If you want to be playing it often, then you're probably going to be playing solo. Because if you want to play it in teams, you need to be getting team skill. I know you can use the looking for team feature if you want to, like, play teams mostly. If I'm going to be playing teams, I'm going to be playing with the same few people for two reasons. You gel with them well. You already know how each other play, so there's no dramas there. Like, you sort of understand how the other person's going to play, and you play around that. You play around their strengths and weaknesses, right? That's what's going to happen if you're already playing with the same people often. The other thing is that you know what their skill level is. You're picking out people around your skill level, hopefully. The thing with looking for team is a good feature. I'm glad it's there for the people that don't have people to do that with. But the pros and cons, right? I'll start with the cons. It's still basically playing with randoms. So you could get dog water teammates in looking for team. That might happen still. Pros. Before games, you can talk about some strategies. Okay? But here's the thing with Power League, is it doesn't matter, because if you're going to look for a team, you'll get in the lobby and then you say, alright, we're going to play Brawl Ball on Sneaky Fields. What brawlers are you going to play? I'm going to take left lane, blah, 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 blah. Power League, there is none of that. Okay? You just go, hey boys, how's it going? Let's jump into some Team Power League and hope for the best, because you can't discuss strategies or anything doing that. Unless you guys have spicy ways of getting around that, and if you do, that's none of my business, but that's just my take. Pushing solo, that's just what I'm doing. You either do it or you don't. It's up to you what way you want to play. That's just how I feel about looking for team in Power League. Looking for team is a beautiful feature if you're pushing trophies and you want people to push trophies with and set up strategies prior to that. But pushing solo, I mean, that's what I'm doing, and it's fine. If you're upset about the randoms, you just have to be like in solos, everyone is playing with randoms, so you just have to be the best random in the server, really, best random in the game, and you take dubs, right? I don't know what else there is to say regarding that. Easier said than done. You guys have seen me absolutely sweat my brain off live, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You can sweat your brain off, and you can just have one person who just is awful at the game, absolute dog water, doesn't understand what they're doing. I immediately think of that B from that one game of Bounty, who just kept full sending it and dying, and just giving the other enemy team two free stars every 10 seconds. I immediately think of that B. It didn't matter how much I sweat my brain off. We lost. We lost when they're getting 2 stars every 10 seconds. What can you do? But other than that, like, you just take the L and you just try to win more games again. And it's worked for me. I started on Silver 3, so if you haven't been following my Power League journey this week, because Power League's only been out for not even a week yet, less than a week. I started Silver 3. I'm at Diamond 1. I knew I was going to get Diamond. I said from the get-go, Diamond was that's achievable for me. It's how much higher I get from Diamond. So I'm on Diamond 1. I want to hit maybe Mythic. I can't see myself getting higher than Mythic unless I like just sweat my brains out. Getting to Legendary, I feel like that's going to be an exclusive bunch. I feel like Mythic is achievable for me, but that's just time, isn't it? At the end of the day, that's just time. So we'll see if that happens. Mythic though, I think I can get to Mythic. It's just time. Will I get to Mythic this season? What, there's 2 weeks left maybe? If I'm pushing today, 2 weeks left of the season. Do I hit Mythic? I mean, maybe. I feel like it depends. Like, I'm on Diamond 1. I'm just in the precipice of Diamond 1, right? I think I can afford one loss before I go back to Gold 3. So it depends how the first set of games. If I get to Diamond 3 really easy, then I'm going to say, yeah, we'll hit Mythic. We'll hit Mythic quite fine. Because I think the third of each thing, so Silver 3, Gold 3, I'm going to guess Diamond 3 as well. I think that's where it becomes a cesspit, and it's messy. Because it's the 2+ ranking system, right? You're never going to get paired, and you're never going to verse anybody outside of 2 ranks above and below you. Okay? So at Gold 3, you're going to be teaming up and versing people in either Gold 3, from Gold 1, 2, 3, Diamond 1, Diamond 2 at Gold 3. That's where our matchmaking's sitting. You're going to get paired up and versing people there. So it's the same to say Diamond 3, I'm going to be paired up and versing people from Diamond 1, 2, 3, Mythic 1, Mythic 2. And that's why I think it's just so... It's a gross... The thirds are the gross ones because you're getting people that could be worse than you, and you're versing people that are objectively better than you, right? Or at least better than where you're standing. You could definitely be versing higher quality players while getting teamed up with lower quality players. And that's just the nature of the matchmaking. And I don't mind that. I think that matchmaking's good. I just think the third category of every... I think the first one's probably the easiest. Because I'm in Diamond 1. I'm only going to be versing other Diamond players up to maximum Diamond 3. And I'm going to be teamed up with Gold 2 and 3 players. And I think Gold 2 and 3 players are going to be kind of decent. I was more scared in Gold 1 because I'm still getting paired in with like Silver 2. And who knows what's going to happen in Silver 2. But yeah, that's the nature of it. We'll see what happens. We'll also see if matchmaking starts to take longer as I climb up Diamond. I suspect if I hit Mythic, matchmaking was already starting to take a little bit of time in Gold 3, and that's Gold 3. I'm expecting lots of people to be in Gold 3, and I started to notice matchmaking times already starting to increase, where I'm having to sit to wait for a game. Prior to that, it was like instant. I press play, we're in, and again, Gold 3. It was starting to get dodgy as we were climbing it. So yeah, it was kind of cool. Streams this week, dude, was pretty good as well. We did some Power League. I don't think people were really down and jiggy with the first couple of streams of Power League, where I basically dedicated, like, when Power League came out, I said, hey, I'm playing Power League today. And, like, most people left. A lot of people, they sort of expect on the stream that there's going to be, like, play with streamer shenanigans. And I love playing with you guys, but it's also not the only content I want to produce on the stream. I want to be able to go, hey, I'm going to push solo Power League right now and get sweaty with it, and I'd love for people to be interested in that. But it's very clear that the viewership just drops as soon as I start doing that. But that's okay, like, because I already had that strategy in place where I'm going to say, hey, here's the poll. That's why the poll system's so good. It's like, what do you guys want to watch? We were seeing people voting for solo Power League pushing last week on the poll. But it's you know, that's what it is. If I really want to do it, I'm just going to do it. Like, if the views drop, like, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to say, for the next hour, I'm playing solo Power League. If you're not interested, come back in an hour, and we'll see if it happens. The thing is for the people that leave, when they don't like the segment, they miss out on the poll most of the time. They miss out on the poll for what the next segment's going to be. So if they come back and then they don't like the next segment, I don't know what to say. You weren't here for the poll. You know what I mean, Skis? And they'll come back and be like, why are we doing this now? And I'm like, because you weren't here for the poll, and neither was everyone else that might not have wanted this. This is what the people who have been watching wanted to do. I mean, we got some awesome PogChamps that will like they'll sit through anything. They'll sit through anything that I put up, and I love it. They hang out. I love those guys. They keep me company no matter what I'm experimenting with. They're happy to see me experiment on the channel. There's other people, they don't like it when I experiment on the channel. They're like, no, you do this. I'm like, whoa, I don't want to just do this. Remember, Mapmaker Friday has been a bit of a contentious one. Mapmaker Friday was objectively both an incredibly popular day and incredibly unpopular day. When I looked at my Twitch statistics over a month of doing Mapmaker Friday, it was, without a doubt, the lowest performing stream of the week every week. And I had a lot of feedback that was saying that it was the most boring day of the week because it was mostly friendly games, which I was being told friendly games were getting boring because it was so repetitive. A lot of people were providing that feedback. They were like, you do friendly games so often that I'm so bored of friendly games and I just want to see something else on the channel and do something else. Which is understandable because honestly, I was feeling that way about friendly games as well. The thing with Mapmaker Friday that made it more boring was, for certain people, was that there was a lot of dead air. And what I mean by dead air is, there was a lot of nothing happening for extended periods of time on the channel, during the show. Because for the people that, if you are listening to this, anyone that disagrees and is like, no, Map Maker Friday was the best, bring it back. Hear me out. First and foremost, my Twitch stream is a show, right? I'm trying to run a show. So there are a lot of people, and I've seen it plenty of times where I've had like 30 viewers and I can't fill a solo showdown lobby. There are a lot of people that like to just listen to or watch the show, not necessarily want to participate in what the show is doing. And that's normal for Twitch streams. It might come off as really weird for you if you're chilling there and you're saying, hey, well, I only watch streamers to play on their channel. There are a lot of people that just like to watch. And so something like Map Maker Friday, where, I mean, we've got the queue system now. I've started to get rain on it. I've started to say, hey, no, come back here. This is, you know, make it move. There was a lot of time, especially for people that play and queue at the same time. I might say, okay, it's your turn, and then they say, hold on, I literally just got in a game. And now I've got up to 3.5 minutes of dead air while I'm waiting for them. And then past that 3.5 minutes of dead air, I then have to wait for the lobby to get made. I'm now not in control. Okay, I'm not in control of what happens here. I can't kick someone if they go offline. I can't get the map sorted and hit ready. I'm no longer in control. So I have to wait for them to pick a map. Then we wait for people to join. I have to wait for everyone to ready up. If somebody joins and then immediately goes offline, I then have to wait for whoever's hosting to notice that and kick them, right? So I can waffle. But if you're just interested in watching gameplay, we're looking at like up to 10 minutes of just nothingness and just me waffling. And so that's why I think it was a bit of an interesting segment. And while I loved it, and you know, I'm all community focused, I'm like, yeah, let's get the community together. Let's make a community. Map Maker Fridays has always been a spicy one, just because of the lack of control I have over the pacing. It's the same with the friendly games in general. Like, I'll make a lobby, I'll ready up, and I've seen complaints in chat where they're like, your viewers don't ready up. And I'm like, if you don't like it, like, don't be here. But it's also true. They can be extended. I've said it multiple times. I'm like, the faster everyone just picks a brawler and readies up, the faster we move on with more games. We get more games done. But we have some people, they'll just join and they just won't ready. And then I don't know. I'm like, they're not offline. Like, do I kick them? Like, I don't. And then I kick them, and then everyone goes unready, because that's what happens when someone gets kicked. And then people that aren't paying attention, they're just waiting for the game to start because they've already pressed ready. I mean, it happens to me as well. I then wait for them to ready up. So it can just become a real cluster of just nothingness for extended periods of time. That's why I think playing the live ladder, live Power League teams with viewers, I think that's the future of the channel in that sense. There's a lot less dice roll, right? Because I only have to worry about up to 2 people readying up and picking a brawler. And in Power League, I control the pacing all the way, right? As long as they've already pressed ready, that's it. But it's Power League's like, yep, go. But it's yes, let's go. But it's let's go, and it's just consistent, right? I do think playing ladder and playing Team Power League with viewers is the future of the channel in that instance, just because of the pacing. The pacing is a lot better that way. I mean, don't get me wrong, we're still playing with viewers. I just don't know about the future of friendly games and the future of friendly maps. We might have friendly map segments on YouTube. I think a lot of the things that you guys loved from the channel that I've had to sort of pull away from because it slows down the streams too much, you can expect to find a home here on YouTube, where I might say, all right, guys, I'm going to film a map maker video and I want to see your maps. And then we can just spend like 2 hours just going through people's maps who are online when I decide to do that. And I just record it, edit the video and upload it, right? You can expect things like that if you're a big fan of Map Maker Friday, and that gets discontinued on stream. That's where you can see the future of that happening. But wow, yeah, I kind of went off topic. I was talking about the Brawl Stars update, but we went into that. The other thing about the Brawl Stars update, Stu is a character, isn't he? He's a brawler. I'm dog water with him, but I pushed him to 500 finally. On the stream where he came out, I only bothered. We went for 6 hours. That maintenance was crazy. We pushed him to 400 at the end of that, and after 6 hours, after all the maintenance breaks, after all of the Stu-pocalypse, after 92%ing my life away, we 400. And then recently, after I pushed to Diamond, I went, right, okay, I'm going to push Stu to 500, and that's when I did it. He's actually pretty good, isn't he? He's kind of busted. He's kind of busted. The thing is where you have to get used to him is that his dash goes wherever you're moving. So if you just auto-aim that baby, make sure you're moving in the right direction. Make sure you're not too close to walls. The amount of times I've dashed into a wall, make sure you want to throw myself into a lake. But you can bully the hell out of any brawler you want because it supercharges immediately. So the combo that I found really successful is shoot someone, dash into them, shoot someone, dash into them, shoot someone, dash into them, and have a party. Pardon me. So that's been pretty cool. Stu's pretty awesome. He's really meta as well. So if you're playing Power League and you're actually quite good with Stu, consider picking Stu almost always. I think there's very few game modes where you're not going to be picking Stu. For me, my Power League choices, in case you're wondering, as I've been pushing, is I swapped between, like, if any of them get banned or if any of them get picked, I can almost always get away with picking Amber, Mr. P, or Ruffs. And then, alternatively, the other options, if the map dictates it and they didn't get banned or picked already, which always surprises me, is a cheeky 8-bit or a cheeky Rosa, and I think you guys know where the best maps are. I don't know how I got away with this, but like on my game that took me to Diamond, I swear, Bo got banned by both teams. I did the ban for my team and I was last to pick, right? My team ended up with Mr. P, Tara, and I picked Rosa and I was last to pick, and the enemy team was like Daryl, Shelly, and Brock. Yeah, Daryl, Shelly, and Brock. And you could argue you probably shouldn't have picked Rosa into that, but I argued, hey, I played support Rosa. And basically, I just pinged them for my team, because my Tara was using the shades, not the see all of the map. So I pushed my button, pinged them, my teammates killed them. I sat with my team, and if they got if they got attacked by like the Shelly or the Daryl in the bushes, I tried to run in, tank most of the damage, and help them kill. Like, that was all I did. Like, I did not full send. I just sat with my Tara and Mr. P. We sat on each other in the grass. We watched where the porters went, hunted people in the grass, and if the Shelly and the Daryl snuck up on us, I tried to run in and tank the damage while they killed it. Right, and they had all the stars. If I died, I had 2 stars. It didn't matter. We won 2-0. They didn't even stand a chance, and it was hilarious. So I mean, they're just, I don't know how we got pardon me, I don't know how we got away with like just winning that easy. But yeah, it was awesome. It was awesome. So I think the most important piece of advice I can give you if you're struggling is, I know a lot of people, especially in my chat, they're like, nah, this is the best brawler for this map, nah, this is the meta pick, you know, the pros say this is the best this and that. The pros play a completely different game to us. Like, no cap. The pros play a completely different game to us, and you have to remember, our brawl, like, okay, you could say, yeah, Surge is really good on Hot Zones map split, which he is, unless you don't have TP. Because if you don't have TP, you're throwing if you pick Surge, right? That's the other thing. The pros, they got every brawler maxed. So do I. But they know what they're adept at. Like, even the best pros will say that I am not good with this brawler, but I am objectively good with this brawler. It's the same with anyone. You're going to put more time into brawlers you enjoy playing. If you're in silver, if you're in bronze, heck, if you're in gold, play brawlers you're good at. Like, that's all you have to do. Within reason. Right, don't completely throw. Don't be like, I'm really good with Shelly, I'm going to play Shelly on Backyard Brawl. I don't know. Maybe that'll work. In like bronze, I guess, maybe. Because, let's face it, okay? Once and I've talked about this before, we're still waiting for everyone to distribute into the ranks where they belong. But, like, if you're stuck in bronze, and you're versing, like, heaps of good players in a couple of weeks when bronze is just new players and kids and people who are just, they need to learn how to play the game better. And you don't belong there, because I know most of my viewers, I would argue all of my viewers, do not belong in bronze. But if you're stuck there at the moment, play brawlers you're good at. Just play brawlers you're good at. Within reason, pick 5 brawlers that you know you're good at. And then, and that at half, like, watch Kairos Time's video and look at the lists, right? And be like, who am I good at in each of these? Like, you'll see there's a lot of brawlers that are good in multiple maps. So just look through it and be like, hey, are you good at Tick? Are you really good at Tick? You could play Tick in just about every single map. Okay, maybe you dog water at Mr. P. Maybe, you know, who knows? But Tick's pretty good in almost every map. Alright, Colette. Colette's kind of high skill cap, but if you're good at Colette, you can get away with Colette almost everywhere as well. Almost. Like, play within reason. Who are you good with? I'm awful at Sprout. Are you good at Sprout? You could play Sprout basically everywhere. Sprout's so meta, right? The reason I say pick like 5 is because you have to be prepared for them to get banned or picked by another person. And some of your picks, some of the brawlers you're good at are just not going to be it for certain maps. But that's fine. Go into a different one. Are they not the meta pick? It doesn't matter. Like, if you look at Kairos' list, like half of the roster isn't either good or bad, which means they're average. And if it's your favorite brawler, just play it, right? Within reason, be smart about it. That's going to come with experience if you don't know how to be smart about it. But you're not going to play a close range brawler on a long range map. You're not going to play a long range brawler on a map that's full of walls, right? Don't play Piper in a map that's full of walls. Don't, just don't. Okay? Be smart about it. I don't think we saw Colt on any of those lists, but you can still get away with Colt. In fact, this is a good segue into the next topic I wanted to talk about. The Brawl Stars esports. I saw Colt get banned. Right? What? Huh? Colt? Colt is your banned? Byron didn't get banned at all that game. This was in the Latin America one, I'm pretty sure. The Latmus? I think that's the Latin America one. I don't know what the Latmas. It was the most recent one that came out. They banned Colt in one of the games. Why are you banning Colt? Byron is a brawler. I think the bans were like Colt, Ruffs. I can't remember the other two. I'm pretty sure Colt and Ruffs were banned by one team and the other team banned like 2 other brawlers that you would expect to get banned. And Byron was just left to just to full send everyone. It was crazy. So that's a weird thing about the esports this year. Each team's getting 2 bans, right? We're seeing some really weird comps, especially in like the Asian ones. We're seeing some really interesting comps out of these guys. But you expect it when like 4 brawlers are getting just deleted from the game every game. And it's always the same ones. You never see a Byron. Very rarely do you see both teams pick 2 of the 2 same brawlers. Right? Sometimes there's 1 brawler overlap. I think I only saw 1 game so far where both teams picked the same 2 brawlers. We're seeing a lot of M's. M's is making a comeback. M's another one you can get away with in Pale League if you're good at it. A lot of M's, just because all the best brawlers are getting, they're being no. Everyone's saying no to these brawlers, so a lot of M's. Colt though, Colt is a ban. It's kind of crazy out there, boys. If you're not watching it, it's quite interesting. It's also going to give you a lot of game knowledge. Like I said, the pros play a different game. Like, it's just, they, you know, when they say this brawler is better, they know how to play it. They play it better than anyone else. They understand the maps better than anyone else. They understand the game modes better than anyone else. It's their job, right? It's their job to play this game. So you, as someone who might play for like 3 hours a night at most, right? You're playing a different game to them. So it's good to listen to what the pros suggest, but with a grain of, okay, I'm going to use, as a lot of you know, I have like my background is in like Overwatch, in games like that, and Apex and stuff like that. I played a lot of those games, and let me tell you, Overwatch, people always, I have this one friend, he's like, we're going to play Goats in Overwatch. Goats is like a very meta pick during the meta that we were playing. And he's like, yeah, we're going to play Goats, we're going to do this. We didn't win a game, and you know why? Because none of us were good on the heroes that were required for that. okay? And we're playing against people who are playing completely different comps, right? Part of the reason why meta picks are meta picks are also because of what other people are playing, okay? You'll see metas evolve when like certain brawlers just get completely countered. Remember when Colt was the most meta brawler in the game because Silver Bullet one-shot most of the roster, and he opened up walls, which made the whole game long range exclusive. It was long range all day, every day. Pipers were everywhere. Brocks were everywhere. Because Brock and Colt were just going to say no to walls, and you're playing on Purple Paradise every single game mode, every single map. Because these guys are just opening the whole room up. Okay? So consider that. That made it meta. As soon as Colt couldn't one-shot people, Colt could get counted pretty easy, and then we saw the meta evolve again. That's just the nature of it. But let's think, if we're playing in a low rank where they don't know what the meta picks are, and you picked Colt during that time where Colt was like really, really good, and long range just became dominant, and then you just versed this random team of tanks. Would that have made a difference? I actually don't know. Maybe. I don't know. But you just get up. What I'm trying to say is, in low ranks, you're going to get weird teams with weird brawlers, and it might actually accidentally counter you because you're not expecting to play against it. You're playing like meta picks that are meta because they do this certain role to this certain character in the meta, and then all of a sudden people aren't playing those characters, and your meta pick gets accidentally rolled just because of the nature of these characters. I mean, it's like me saying, I'm going to play Rosa in Snake Prairie against Daryl and a Shelly. If I played Rosa like you would normally play Rosa, we would have lost because I just would have fed my brains out to the Shelly and the Daryl. Because they win most of the time in a close range fight against a Rosa, right? They're obvious counterpicks to the Rosa. But because I played Rosa very differently in that instance, where I recognized these guys are going to kill me, so I'm going to play like a support role where I just back up my boys. I sit on them, and then if they get dived by the Shelly or the Daryl, I run in, I tank the damage. If I die, I die. They're the ones with the stars because they're the ones getting the picks. My job is to ping them with my gadget and to protect them from the Shelly and the Daryl. That's my job. And because I did that, they couldn't get the value out of their picks because their value out of their picks was to kill me, the Rosa. Since they couldn't do that, our team walked away with the dub. Hopefully some of that waffling made sense, but what I'm trying to say, Brawl Stars Esports been whack. Check it out. It's going to give you a lot of like extra knowledge about the game. You're going to see some cool strategies. They also have some really good guides in between games. The Grind Guide, where they talk about different tips that can help you play better. So check it out. If you're not already watching it, they do take some time. They're like 4 hour long. Like I put them on in the background while I'm doing like work. So yeah, it's definitely worth your time to check out and see what they're up to. Speaking of Supercell Esports, we've also got the Clash Royale Esports going on at the moment. Haven't had a chance to watch it. In fact, I'm pretty sure as I'm filming this, day 2 was live. How do I feel about Clash Royale Esports, dudes? It's kind of weird. It's kind of spicy. I was interested in the Clash Royale Esports this year because they changed the form, the way it works. Anyone can actually participate in the esports now. They took a leaf out of Brawl Stars book. Where Brawl Stars did it really well was Brawl Stars had the friendly rules, right? Where it's like, if you want to participate, that's fine. You're going to have everything. Like, as long as you have the brawler, you're going to have everything you need for the brawler. It's going to be max level. Everyone's on an even playing ground, except for the people that don't have every single brawler. Except for the people that don't have Amber, everyone's on an even playing ground. And that's cool. It makes it very free to play friendly. It means you don't have to, it's not pay to actually participate in the competitive league. You have to fork out money to be able to be good at the game. You just need to have skill. Now, where this is whack for Clash Royale, the way Clash Royale does it is during the month, so during February, for example, if you're in the top, I think it was the top 1,000, right, you earn points towards the esports, and then you move up, depending how high you are, you move up. Something like that. It involved playing ladder regularly. So, for example, I sit around the 5k mark between 5 to 5k trophies. to be even considered, I think I'd need to push like another 1,000 trophies on top of that and be towards like 6.5, 6.8 or something like that, because I think that's where all these crazy people are in the leaderboards. Now, the nature of being able to do that is to have maxed cards. Now, I have some maxed cards, but by no means do I have meta cards maxed. Which automatically means if I'm not willing to, and I'm not, to spend money on the game, I'm not going to be participating in the esports. My deck is like P.E.K.K.A Hog Rider. Like, you know what I mean, Skiz? Like, I have enough max cards to have an entirely maxed deck, but I'm playing with like a level 11 flying machine just because I like it in the deck. I think it works well, and if it was maxed, I think I might be doing a little bit better. And my Ice Wizard, whom I love as a defensive troop, is level 12. My Night Witch is maxed, and I use a Night Witch. I love Night Witch. The thing about Clash Royale is that it hasn't excited me in a long time. I think the last, like, many cards have not done nothing for me. Like, it hasn't made me come back to the game. Like, I come back to the game just because I feel like it. But it's not like when they go, oh, a new card's coming out. I'm like, whoa, let's go check it out. Like, if I stopped playing Brawl Stars for a bit and then they announced a new brawler, I'd be like, whoa, let's go see what this new brawler does as whack. When Clash Royale releases a new brawler, a new card, sorry, I just don't care. Like, off the top of my head, Electric Spirit, didn't care. Skeleton Dragons, it's 2 baby dragons, same health pool as a baby dragon, but split between 2 units, I think. Who cares? They released Mother Witch. I kind of was like, oh, that's interesting, but I didn't pick the game back up to play Mother Witch. Mother Witch just happened to launch when I picked up the game again. And I went, that's interesting, and then I played her and went, okay. But anyway, never touching that again. It's just nothing's really happening in that game. The Brawl Pass, the Clash Royale Pass goes for 30 days, and there's just nothing interesting in the pass. Like, okay, take the Brawl Pass as an example. Brand new brawler at tier 30. Whoa, okay. Then above that, right? Also, the first thing you get is a new skin for one of your brawlers. Whoa, okay, that's cool. Past that, then you get emotes for the new brawler. Whoa, that's cool, right? Heaps of them. And then right at the end, you get a brand new skin for the new brawler. Whoa, that's cool. Okay, now let's look at the Clash Pass. I buy it. I get nothing. Chest, and the amount of chests you need for the game is incredible anyway. Chest, and then I might get a new emote. Pretty cool, very spicy. Then I like tier 15 or something. I like, new skin for my tower. Cool, I guess that's pretty cool. I don't mind it. Like, yeah, I like aesthetic stuff, right? Aesthetic, I like it. It's cool. And then for the rest of the pass, nothing happens. And it's just chests. And then I get a couple of legendary chests at the end. And then here's the thing that really annoys me. They cap the vault at 10,000 gold. Bro, if I want to fill this vault up with 100,000 gold, just let me. It costs so much stupid gold, right, to upgrade my cards. I've got so many cards that can be upgraded, but I don't have enough gold. Like, let me, if I want to put the time in to play this damn game and fill this vault up with as much gold as I possibly can until this season ends, let me. How dare you say I can't make more gold when there is no way to grind gold, right? It's so stupid how long it takes to get gold, right? And I need 100,000 gold, right, to even have a chance to upgrade a card to max. It takes so stupid long to upgrade, and they want to cap it at 10k gold in the vault. Have a day off, mate. All right, have a day off. So anyway, that's how I feel about Clash Royale. There's just kind of nothing happening. The meta hasn't changed. Like, Log Cycle's still a deck. Cool. Like, it's still relevant. Like, how's that not been power crept out yet? I'm not saying nerf it. I'm saying, how is it not power crept out? Okay? Like, okay, alright, the controversial opinion, right? Normally, I'm like, power creep is bad for games, okay? Normally, that's where I sit. Power creep, bad for games. Hell, you can even say Brawl Stars has power creep. I mean, Stu is just like a kind of a better Mortis. Edgar is a better Mortis, right? And like when power creep first started to enter the game, gadgets came out and made all brawlers kind of relevant again. Like, it doesn't matter how old the brawler was, they could just release a new gadget that power creep. Like Rattling Hive, hello, versus Ricochet. Oh, sorry, Rico. Rico's first gadget was bouncy balls coming off him. Wow, very cool, very cool. Spike had like, very cool, right? Then B gets Rattling Hive. Then Colt gets Silver Bullet. And you go, what are these gadgets? where things just come bleh out of them. Like, how useless is that versus Rattling Hive, Silver Bullet? I mean, both of Brock's gadgets are fantastic. Brock gets a free Dyna Jump that boops, and I'm pretty sure it does damage, or he gets a super-powered rocket that can break walls or deal a lot of damage to a brawler. Like, Brock's gadgets are fantastic, and then Rico has boing boing. Like, we can do better than that. Shelly, her dash, great for her. Max's is better. Even Tix was better before Tix got reworked. At least Tix dropped the mine. Max is immune during the dash. Shelly's like, okay, I'm going to yip over this way and we're going to hope for the best. I mean, Stu has the same thing, and he boops people and leaves fire on the ground. That's his super. Anyway, Shelly was only ever relevant because of Band-Aid. Once that got nerfed, she went bye-bye. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is, power creep. I like to get derailed, but power creep in games, right? Power creep exists to make new content feel better, and so that old content doesn't get stale, alright? So you're not going to see the same meta for too long. Like, eventually Byron is going to be, he's going to be like a good pick, but he's going to be irrelevant. It happens to everyone. It's just going to happen. Okay, that's eventually going to happen to Byron. Remember Surge? When he was meta, he got nerfed, he's no longer relevant. Gale, remember when he was meta, got nerfed, he's no longer relevant. They're relevant, I take it back, before the comment says, what are you saying? Surge and Gale are still great. They are, but they're not broken, right? They're not the people that you're going to ban. You're not going to ban Gale and Surge. They're better bans, but they're still decent picks. Okay. Clash Royale has this horrible, horrible thing where their meta just stays. It still exists. Why can I still play 2.4 Hog Cycle and do well? How come Log Bait is still good, right? How come I can still play Lava Loon and do somewhat decent, right? The meta doesn't really change. Like, a lot of those examples, probably, like, I haven't really been following the meta too much. I just know that when I look at the top players and they're playing Log Cycle that high up the ladder, still, Log Cycle, really? That's still a deck? How is that still a deck? Can we please stop Log Cycle from being a deck? I don't understand. So, I don't know. It just gets stale. The cards they release don't shake up the meta enough. They need to release cards that shake up the meta. Like, if they're going to release new cards, that's what needs to happen. If they're not going to release new cards, like, I mean, first of all, the game's probably just going to die. More than it already sort of is. But secondly, like, it's just, at least do the balance changes to shake up the meta. You know? I don't know. Let me know if you play Clash Royale more than me. Let me know what you think about what I'm saying here. That's just my take. That's always been my take on Clash Royale. Is that after a while, after like the first year of it existed, because I played it when it was, because Australia got soft launched, and I was playing it then, and I liked it, and I played it, and I remember when like not Ice Wizard, Electric Wizard came out, and I was like, whoa, this card's so cool. Night Witch came out, whoa, this card's so cool, right? And then somehow that hype just stopped happening when they started releasing some new cards. Like, I remember it was around like Rascals. I mean, Dart Goblin, I thought, wow, that's awesome. Rascals, I was like, okay, it's a knight and 2 archers, basically, okay. And then it just started went downhill from there. That's my take. Let me know if you play Clash Royale. Let me know. Speaking of Clash of Clans is a game I also play. I don't play it too much. I've had some people in the Discord talk about it. So if you guys are interested in Clash of Clans being covered as well on the channel, let me know. We'll make a clan, and I'll cover it a bit. My account is disgustingly, like, I upgraded the town halls before I upgraded everything else. I'm the worst. Other stuff that we do as well, we have the Minecraft realm. A lot of people wanting to see that still on the Twitch. I've said it a couple of times, but I'll say it here again. It's probably not going to be on Twitch again. It is probably going to be on YouTube. Just because I played Minecraft on the stream when I heard about the update for Brawl Stars, and I was just like, I don't want to push anymore. All I care about is Power League. I'm going to play something else this week. I played Minecraft, and let me say, that's the worst my channel's performed for a while, was with Minecraft. So, that stuff, like, I'm still going to keep the realm going. If you want to join the realm, get involved in the Discord, all that sort of stuff. But if you're expecting it to be on Twitch again, don't get your hopes up, but I will be covering it on YouTube, okay? So that should cover that. And speaking of that, I know we've got some guys that have been making some really cool stuff on Minecraft, so we're probably going to have a video relating to Minecraft this week. Look forward to that. That's going to happen after I finish doing this, which is pretty soon. We're nearly done here. I'm going to film this week's Brawl Stars Explained. A sneak peek is that it's going to be a BB, and it's going to be high trophy BB gameplay from none other than Pigman himself, where he's a big name in the community. If you're new to the community, Pigman's a pretty big deal. So be sure to check that out. Guys, if you're not in the Reddit, r/roguelikeduck. I mean, if you're someone that's not already following this channel and you sat through all this, I think I deserve a sub. Winky winky. Drop a big fat sub. If you liked this and you want me to do more things like this, like just, I want to do this once a week. Just chill and chat and talk about stuff. Drop a like. Let me know what you think in the comments. I mean, there isn't really much more to say. We've got a Brawl Stars Explains coming this week. If there's any news in between all that, we'll do that. We'll have another weekly Reddit roundup towards the end of the week. We'll do a Minecraft video somewhere in the middle there, and then we'll just see what happens throughout the week. And I'll just upload what I feel like uploading for the rest of the week. We're not going to do Guess the Rank yet, and I haven't got any other series really planned. There might even be a cheeky Clash Royale video in the middle there. We'll see how that all goes. And that's really what I got planned for this next week. Other than the stream, which we're back on Tuesday, and it's just going to be the normal format you guys are expecting to see. We might mix in some other spicy stuff. I've been playing some BeatStar, which oddly enough I actually was introduced to from Clash Royale. They had a big notification. You can sign up with Supercell ID, so I think they must have a partnership there. So I might drop some BeatStar on Twitch. That looks kind of cool. So if you guys are interested in that, if you haven't already downloaded it and you want to get involved, try and beat my high scores, I'd love to see that. That'd be pretty cool. But yeah, that's all I really got to say. Hope you guys enjoyed it. This is the first Roguelike Duck podcast episode. And yeah, I'll look forward to doing this again. In the future, we'll have some guests on as well that I'll waffle with. But I just wanted to really just hang out and chat with everyone here. So yeah, cool. If you made it this far, thank you. Peace out.